Hello everyone, Joey from the Apollo team here. So in this video, I'm going to be guiding you on how to bind your Binance US exchange to Apollo bot. So the first thing you need to do is that you need to come over to you need to log into your Apollo account, either the website or the app. You can log in from the Google Play Store app or the iOS app. Once you log in, right, you check for this icon here at the top of the page, the API icon, then you tap on it and you check for the Binance US exchange, right? And you also tap on it. And once this page is opened, you go over to your exchange. All right, you might not really have this interface, but I'm just using this for, for the purpose of the video. So, okay, let's just say whatever interface you're using, because this is not a Binance US exchange that I'm using now, but it still follows the same process. Okay, you have your home page. You can see this is the home page. All right, this is the home page. You just check for anywhere you can search. Check for the search icon on the search bar and tap on it and just search for API management, right? You tap on search, you scroll down, you will find here API management. Okay, you tap on it, it'll take you to this page, a page like this, or something like this. Yeah, something like this. I did a screenshot from when I was guiding someone to do it. So you see something like this, right? And what you're gonna do is here, you're gonna tap here on this space. It'll pop up the keyboard for you to insert the label for the API, right? Okay, example, let me just show you here. You tap here on create API. All right, you see something like this. Always choose the system generated. Okay, you tap here on next. Okay, and then you label the API Apollo bot. The same process for the Binance US exchange, right? Just API Apollo bot. Then you tap here on next, right? Then it'll ask you to verify with your passkey or with different verification. Okay, so for me it's my fingerprint. Okay, and but if you're on the Binance US exchange, once you tap here on create after labeling the API as Apollo bot, right, it'll show you this icon here, this notification, API created, and then an email will be sent to your email account. Okay, your email address, right? You find an email like this, create new API. You have to come over to the email and tap here on confirm API creation. Very important when you're using the Binance US exchange. You have to tap on the confirm API creation. And once that is done, hold on. Okay, after tapping on the confirm API creation here, this page opens up, right? Something like this. All right, this is what you're gonna see on the Binance US, on your Binance US account, which is also something like this on a normal, Binance account. All right, you see that you can copy the API key and you can also copy the secret key. Okay, so what you do is that you come over here, you're gonna copy the API key, and then you also copy the secret key. So let me give you an example on my exchange. Here, just tap here on copy. Right, then go over to Apollo bot and then you paste it here. All right, paste it there. Then you go over to your exchange, and the secret key you're gonna have to long press, okay? Because there is no icon to copy, just like you had in the API key. So here on the secret key, Just long press on this characters, and then you see that you'll be able to copy, and then you tap, okay, you tap on copy, right? And then you go over here to your secret key space and insert the secret key there. All right, the same thing on the Binance US exchange. You'll be able to copy the API key and long press on the secret key to copy. All right, and then once you have pasted this, the API key and the secret key, you're gonna have to tap here. Right, tap here on this icon to copy the IP address. All right, you see the IP address has been copied, and in your Binance US exchange, because I did a screenshot of this page, on the where you find the IP restriction, okay, after the unrestricted, so hold on, after the unrestricted which is the less secure, under this you find the restricted and recommended. Example, let me just show you an example here. Hold on. Okay, here. Oh, but before that, you're gonna have to tap here on edit. Okay, before you are able to paste the IP address, this is what you're gonna have to tap here on edit. Right, tap on edit, and yeah, and now you'll be able to insert the IP address like I just showed you in the other screenshot. After this less secure unrestricted IP address, there is the next option for the restrict access to trusted IPs only, and that is recommended, and that's the one you are going to choose. Okay, so we tap there to choose it, and then you see that a box opens up for you to paste the API key that you copied from your ApolloBot account. Okay, so here you paste those numbers there, just long press, and then you paste, and then you tap here on confirm. All right, sorry about that. And you tap here on confirm. Okay, you tap on confirm. Once you tap on confirm, you notice that you can now choose the restrictions you're giving the API, right? You can now choose the restrictions you're giving the API. So on the Binance US exchange, the only restrictions you are to give the API, or the only things you are to allow the API to do, are to enable reading and enable spot trading. Okay, do not tap here on enable withdrawals. If you tap on enable withdrawals, you will not be able to complete the binding. So the only thing to do is this. All right, okay, only this, right? Oh, let me just do that again. Only enable reading and enable the spot trading. That's the only thing you're gonna do. All right, and then once you've done that, so enable reading, enable spot and margin trading, or just spot trading. Okay, in your Binance US exchange, the only thing you're gonna see is enable spot trading. All right, so just enable that, and you tap here on save. Once you tap on save, it's gonna it might ask you for your OTPs, maybe OTPs, or will be sent, or your passkeys, depending on the kind of device you're using. So you just tap on save, and then you're done with the binding in your Binance US exchange. When you go over to your Apollo account here, and you tap here on import, and that is all. All right, as simple as that. Once you are done with that, the binding is completed, and you will notice that
it will show, you see it here that the binding is completed. You see the API key here, all right, to show that the binding is completed. All right, so sorry for the inconvenience. This is because you need to be in the US to be able to run a Binance US account. So I'm just using this video to give you the best possible route to go about it. You can send me a message if you're experiencing any difficulties. Please reach out to me via the links on the description of this video. Just scroll down, you see my WhatsApp and Telegram handles, or my WhatsApp or Telegram groups. You can join and then send me a message so that I can guide you properly if you are still unable to bind after watching this video. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you all on the next one.